Jarvis Neely here, you already know, it's your boy, the Mayor SF.
What's up, this is Travis from Death to Someday.
Yo, it's Justin from Tilted Rim SF.
Shout out to my guy, Gio.
Untitled Unlimited.
One love to Untitled Unlimited.
Untitled Unlimited.
What's good, y'all? This is Gio from the Untitled.mp3 podcast, and I just want to say welcome to the newly rebranded Untitled.mp3 podcast. I want to give some quick shout-outs, quick ones. Ghost. Shout out to Ghost. He made the intro. He cut up the voices. He made the beat. Fucking talented, bro. Great job. I want to give a shout out to Travis from Death to Someday. I want to give a shout out to Jarvis Neely. I want to give a shout out to Justin Nate from Tilted Brim for pouring into the Untitled Unlimited brand and also for being part of the intro, the voices in the beginning. Thank you guys so much. I'm here to present two things. Number one is the Ghost interview. And number two is the Jarvis Neely premiere. We're going to get into the Ghost interview, but I just want to talk about the Jarvis Neely premiere first. This song that we're premiering is produced by Ghost. It's called I Don't Want It Anymore. It's from Jarvis Neely's new album called Ways to Adjust, which I don't think is out yet. Well, no, it's definitely not out yet. And I don't even think a song has leaked until now. I just want to tell you a little bit about the song. When I first heard it, man, it was amazing. I texted back Ghost and Jarvis saying, this is probably one of the best songs you guys have made. And the reason being, it evoked so many emotions. It evoked the party side. It made me want to dance. It made me want to cry. It made me want to hug my friends. Like the emotional roller coaster made this song so great. And I hope that you guys are able to enjoy this song as much as I did and enjoy the song as much as they enjoyed creating it. So with further ado, here goes I Don't Want It Anymore by Jarvis Neely. Enjoy.
I'm mad at that. Over here getting COVID and shit. But nah, man. We strong, bro.
Yo. My homie on the line said he just lost a dime. I'm like, don't fret, bro, keep your head high. It really hurt my soul just to hear my dog cry. But everyone I know been going through tough times. Just a little rough patch, just a blessing in disguise. I really just pray you keep your head to the sky. Let the time pass by, we can sing, get high. Long as we drip up, drip down, stay fly. Whatever works first. I know I've been a jerk, I know you get mad, you're seeing them girls flirt. I promise, baby, it'll mean a lot in the long run, honey. They just here for the clout and a little bit of money. Hey, sunny side up in the morning. You mad when I'm touring, you thinking that your life mad boring. Long as the eagles are soaring, we'll get it any weather, even if it's down pouring. Like whoa, 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 100 for the coast. See the fans hands up, front row of the show. I know you feel low, I'm trying to raise your spirit. Some sad love songs, you don't really wanna hear it, okay? A lot going on in your head, let me clear it. Your heart, you should listen to it, girl, don't fear it. Soon as I wake up, I'm waking the Lord. No drama, no fussing, no fighting, don't want it no more. Want it no more, I don't want it no more. No drama, no fuss, no drama, no fuss. No, I don't want it no more. No more, no more, no more, no more. No more, no more, no more, no more, no. No more, no more, no more, no more, no. No more, no more, no more. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. When the rain clears up and the clouds push back, see that little pot of gold that's been hidden in the trap. It's a fact. I told him breathe heavy, leaves heavy. Put a J in the air while we posting a levy. I try to give him backbone, something to go home. Got a coat in the trunk he can use for the storm. I copped him a new iPhone, dial tone. Now we all in the zone, see the flights that we flown. And after I take him to the jeweler to make him look cooler, better than the first day at school, bro. Ice him up, make him look smooth, and them carrots ring bunnies. Now he back in the pool, no fool. That's a little stagecoach for these dudes who be faking on their homies. Don't fuck with them lame as jabronis. Scars on the face like Tony, that's why we been down. Now we up like Sony. You playing, don't play.
What is up, my dudes? This is the Untitled MP3 podcast. Right now, it's not a normal podcast. You're actually coming off of listening to an unreleased Jarvis Neely track called I Don't Want It Anymore, produced by who we have on today, Ghost. Which, when it comes to social media, he kind of is a ghost. So I'm so happy that he's on right now, and I didn't get that prepared. That was actually improv right there. Shout out to myself. Ghost's real name, Jason Travis. I'm not incorrect on that one. Jason Travis, right now, he's a producer based out of San Francisco, California at the moment. He's produced all of Jarvis's music. Well, La Transit, Color Me City, and Heartbreak Neely, correct?
You got it. Yeah.
Boom. This guy is he has stuff under his belt basically is what I'm trying to say. And I really think before we get started, Ghost, you are making a dope sound that doesn't sound like anything normal that I've listened to. It does not sound like Bay Area music, which is good because I think we need a different sound in the Bay Area to splash. So, hats off to you, my man.
Damn, dude, it's a hell of an intro.
Right on, man.
Definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, dude. First of all, man, obviously the people just listened to the song "I Don't Want It Anymore." Dude, tell me about that song. What vibe were you trying to get when you made that beat right there?
Yeah. I mean, I hope people dig it. I know it's pretty different than like some of the other stuff that we've put out. There's gonna be a lot of that kind of sound on the new album, like kind of like dancey or like some people call it like garage or UK house. But I don't know. The beat it came about just like any other or any other song that we do. Just kind of hanging out, shooting ideas back and forth, like laying stuff down.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but like I knew as soon as he laid down like the first like few verses or the first like few like lines of like the first verse, I was like, okay, like now we have like a direction. And that like that little thing in the beginning, that was actually like a real thing that was like going on with like a buddy of ours, and it just happened to, we happened to still be recording. Obviously, we never put his name out or anything, but like that was like a real like organic moment. It was kind of funny too, because like when I threw like the recording into like Logic, like it lined up perfectly like with the intro. So I was like, all right, maybe this is meant to be. Like I didn't have to cut like any of the time out to make it like fit.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, that was definitely reassuring, but it's probably one of my favorite things that we've ever done.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask you that right now because I know I forgot who sent it to me first, either yourself or Sakari. Well, Jarvis, his stage name. You know what I'm saying?
You're giving away the government.
I know. I'm sorry. His social and everything. My bad, dude. But yeah, one of you guys sent it to me first, and I said, "Dude, this is next level." And then I think it was you. You were just like, "Yup, it's my favorite one." What is it about this track that makes it your favorite track that you've done out of, I don't know, last 3 albums? What, 30 songs or something like that? Even more that aren't released.
Yeah. What makes it my favorite? I think it's very difficult. Like it's not lost on me that like maybe positive, like uplifting music is not like necessarily like the most like banging or whatever. Like I get that. But I think like there is like a happy medium where you can have like the vibe be kind of like, upbeat or like positive and have it still like, like hit hard in the car and, still like make people move like and I think that I hope that we like kind of walk that fine line and yeah, I don't know. I think that like the lyrics are like powerful. It's just like you can feel how genuine it is. And that's something I always try to tell like Sakari, like when he's or Jarvis when he's writing, like it seems like I don't know, like one of our biggest like tracks that we have is the song called Easy, and it's like kind of it's not the same vibe, but it's also just very like heartfelt and like honest, and people really seem to gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
So I just tried to keep him in that lane for this one, and I think I hope it worked out.
Hey man, it definitely did work out. I felt like this was next level when I first heard it, and I see what you're talking about there when you say like you know that positive music isn't really like the wave nowadays. Like you look at someone like Chance or you look at someone like Logic, and they get killed for their positive music. But I don't
killed.
Honestly, I don't really think that this one was on a Logic or Chance level. I think this one was like bump in the car. I'm gonna dance to this shit, but I'm gonna cry and hug my friends to this. That's the same thing I told you. Like this made me want to hug everyone I know.
Dude, the coldest part about like the Chance hate is that like that most recent one, what's it called? The one with like the CD, it's all clear on the cover.
The Big
like,
Day.
Dude, the production on that is out of this fucking world, and like no one gives it any credit because like they're like always talking about shit about Chance, but like dude, this is like incredible stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you're right. It's not like it's more like introspective, I think, than like just like positive. Like everything's gonna be great, like corny like stuff. But I mean, I gotta be honest. Like a lot of the album like really is kind of I would just say more positive. Like there's definitely like some like banging stuff on there for sure. Just because like I mean, we like to keep it interesting, and if you've ever been to a show, like it's pretty high energy. So, but yeah, I mean, if you like how that sounds, I think this project's probably for you. There's a lot of things in that same vein.
Okay. Now we're hitting on the new project. So, are you able to tell us what the project is called, and or if a release date is close by?
So it's called Ways to Adjust. Um, we don't really have a release date yet because we had kind of spoken like about this, but it's like it's a weird time to release music, at least for like an independent artist at Jarvis's level, because like we rely on like to keep the machine going, like we need like shows. So it's like I I don't want to put something out that could potentially generate interest in shows and get him booked and then not have anywhere to take it. Or because like I mean, people are fickle, man. Like even if we have like an amazing project, 2 months down the line, people are not going to necessarily remember unless you really like capture like something special. But I don't want to take that chance because I feel pretty strongly about this record, and yeah, we just don't want to rush it. So I don't unfortunately have a release date, but as soon as things start opening up, whenever that is, or people start talking about shows again, yeah, we'll put the whole thing out, but we'll still be sliding some singles from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I think this single that you released on the Untitled MP3 podcast is a freaking strong one. It's a hitter. It's not a light one. It's not a throwaway. It's not a B side. It's definitely an A side. So I can attest if anyone liked that track before, that track I Don't Want It Anymore, you're really gonna love the whole album. It's actually a really great album. It's different. It's one thing I noticed is that you guys actually get better every album. It's not like you guys are really good and then you're off and then you get good again. You guys are consistently good. So I guess what I want to ask is, what's the difference in your skill that you've noticed from Le Transit all the way to Ways to Adjust? What's the biggest progress, I guess, with yourself?
Oh, I like that question. I would definitely agree. I mean, it's pretty typical. Like every like artist is like, oh, like like my newest stuff is my best stuff. But I really do think it is our best stuff because like, I mean, to be completely honest, like, so last year we put out 3 projects, and like I mean, we don't have a huge fan base or anything, but we have we're starting to have somewhat of a fan base. So like, anybody who knows that name, that's all based off work that came out of last year. So we're still like brand new to this. Like we've been making music. Like I was making music when I was like 15. He was making music, in his high school years as well, probably around the same age. So we've been in this for a long time. But as far as like releasing like music and actually like playing shows and having like industry like interactions, it's pretty fresh. So like the Transit was the first thing that we really put out, like that was like a full like fully realized body of work. And then like at least for me, like I kind of when I started making music, I was like making like club music, and a lot of that stuff is kind of like you really have to pay attention to how the crowd reacts to your songs, and then you can like implement those same kind of techniques on a new thing. It's like, okay, well, if I have this sort of breakdown, that's the kind of vibe that this gives. So like watching him play these songs out, I kind of got an idea of like where the the lame parts were, or where like like this part is like banging, like people are jumping to this part. So, and I feel like after everything we went through last year, we kind of just got in the groove. And then with this fucking lockdown, it kind of forces you to just like focus. And anyone who's ever like worked with me or like has been around me like knows like I don't rush into shit really. Like we've been sitting on some of these songs for months, and I've just been like slowly tweaking them. It's mostly a mix thing for me. Like I just want to make sure that it sounds good everywhere, like in the car, in the club, and on your phone. So I would say we've been sitting on some of these songs so probably since 2019.
Holy shit.
But the one that you played just recently is actually like always the best ones come super fast. So that one like came together like within like the last like month or so.
Yeah. You were saying how that you guys don't have tons of fans, but the fan base is starting to bubble. I started knowing about Jarvis because of that song "Groovin'." I feel like that song would really put him on the map for myself. Is that the song that kind of like, well, is that project actually Color Me City, which is one of my favorite projects? Is that project the one that kind of put him on, or was he buzzing from La Transit already a little bit?
Grooving off Color Me City. I would say Color Me City was like that was definitely a like an album that did a lot for us in terms of like growth. I think that would probably be our most popular, but it's kind of hard to say because like some of our most like played like statistically like some of our most played songs are off La Transit, but as a whole, like when we put out Color Me City, more opportunities opened up for us. You know, like more brands are reaching out to Jarvis to like represent and all that kind of stuff. So I would say, at least for me, Color Me City feels like a more fully realized project. But I think popularity wise, it's probably La Transit. Like a
Oh
lot of people
wow.
seem to gravitate towards it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's like the cool thing about our like the fan base that we kind of have is I think I was telling you this like before when we were just like hanging out. Like, there's a lot of artists. Like, the new like cliche is like, oh, you have like 10,000 followers on Instagram, but like no one comes out to the shows, or like
Yeah.
no one's like really, or you might have like a million streams on like Spotify, but you can't turn it into any like hard revenue past like the streams because we all know like you don't make a whole lot on streams. But like for us, it's like the opposite. It's like it may not look like there's a lot online, but anytime we like post about a show, like it's selling out. Like, granted, we're not doing like humongous venues or anything like that,
Yeah.
but like 200 people rooms, and like they're all there to see him, and that's yeah. So I mean, we're really honored to have that kind of connection because I feel like Jarvis knows every single person personally that like follows him on Instagram. So it's like
Yeah.
it's really a lot of yeah. It's like I don't know what the saying is, but it's like I'd rather have one good friend than like 10 decent strangers or something like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's kind of how we feel about the people that support us.
Yeah, I think the same, man. I think you're absolutely right when you say a lot of artists can have like millions of followers on Instagram, but like their music streams aren't the same, or they can have like millions of streams, but their core fan base doesn't know like their first projects, or their core fan base doesn't want to go out to a show. They're just it's
Right.
kind of like people are a spectacle. When
Yeah.
you meet Jarvis, you meet him and you're just like, first of all, he's a really positive, really like contagious like soul. Like, you're just like, I want to be around him. And then
Yeah.
you listen to his music and his music doesn't sound like he's recording it off his phone. And what seals it off and what kills it in like in a good way is that he has a mastermind producing his music. He has you producing his
Thank you,
music.
man.
So I guess what I want to ask right now is not really with you and Jarvis, but outside in other like producer and musician teams. Do you feel like the credit goes to the producer enough, or do you need to see more of that in hip hop? Because I know Jarvis gives you tons of credit. So, but what do you think about that with other producer and rapper duos?
I would say I would say it's better now than it ever has been.
Hmm.
You still have to um I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I mean, obviously, I think production is such a huge part of like music that people don't really like
Yeah.
realize just how much you're doing. Like, if you heard like some of even my favorite artists, and I'm aware of this, like some of my favorite artists, like if I ever heard them without like all like the tuning and like all like the mixing, like it doesn't sound that great. like they're not like some of these artists are brilliant artists, and they're probably better writers than they are like singers, but like it's the production and all the mixing that makes them sound like holy crap. It's like this sounds like it costs like $1 million to record.
Yeah.
uh but I mean, I do think it's better than it is, like just like better than it was, like just the fact that who like Kenny Beats is, or like Noah 40, or even Metro Boomin, like people like that, like they're getting good shot. And I still wish that there was a more. The biggest thing that I wish for in the music industry, as far as like producers, is like, so you have artist management, right? And you have people completely dedicated to like artists, getting them shows, or even linking them with other producers. But you don't have. There's not a whole lot of like big producer management like firms,
Okay.
like people who like link you with like dope artists. It's kind of like you can be a resident producer for a label, and that'll link you with like other artists on the label. But as far as like getting placements or just putting you around other people, it seems like the producers are kind of getting, you know, left to their own devices, which is fine. But like you said, like I'm not big on social media. So for someone like me, it's like I only really work with people where it's like an organic, you know, friendship or like connection. And like I've had other people in the Bay Area, like ask me to work, and it's always like they're perfectly nice people, but like I don't see our styles meshing necessarily. So it's always this kind of awkward, like I just wish it could be like more organic, because like it's not about it's not always about the money, I should say.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I was a rapper, man. I'd buy all your beats, to be honest. I mean, just to prove how good your beats are, shout out to you. You were a big part of the rebrand, the intro, you cut up the voices, you did all that. Like, this man has it. This man has it. He's a beast. But you sent me a list of tracks, and to be honest, I looked at it, I'm just like, shit, I hope I don't have to like scroll through like 20 tracks or have him like send me 30 more if he has that. So I was kind of scared, and then I clicked on like the first or second one. I was just like, I ain't even got to think anymore. Just let me buy it, man. Just give it to me. So I mean, you sent me like 5 of them, and the fact that 4 of them were good, but one of them was like outstanding to me just proves like a lot of your stuff is quality. So yeah, that's a big up to you. But anyways, we're talking about producers. It being better in hip hop now that producers are known. I was actually told, well, actually, let me rewind. I know a lot of producers because of their tag, and I was told that you did not want to put a tag because you thought it was corny. Is this true? Is this true?
Oh my God, yeah, I did a little bit.
Why is it corny, man? You have one of the best tags ever. Why is it corny?
I mean, honestly, I was probably just embarrassed because I didn't have a tag at that point. Like that was probably like in reality what it was.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
I don't necessarily feel that way like now, but like there's as far as like songs go, things that I think are not just like verse hook, you know, or whatever, just like some radio like single. My thinking at the time was like, oh well, like I'm not hearing like tags on like things that I consider like really like important, like influential songs.
Gotcha.
Not to say that there aren't really amazing songs that I still listen to that have tags, but at the time I was probably just cynical, like I said, like I didn't have a tag.
Yeah.
Like
that's hilarious.
but it is like an identifying thing. Like it is important like to stand out with, you know, with your tag. And yeah. But yeah, dude, I just wanted to say real quick, like you gave me like an awesome shout out, but like you're the fucking man too, dude. Like there's not enough, like I always tell this to like people that want to like that are in music but not like on the music side of things, on their business side, because that's like it's so important, and everyone wants to be like a glamorous like artist or the content creator or whatever, but like people who really make it happen on like the business side are like the unsung heroes, because you're getting like, I don't know, dude, like a lot of amazing artists are like their personal life is a mess. So like like someone who comes in and allows them to like just completely focus on the art and not have to worry about like where their next meal is going to come from or that kind of thing. It's like that's really what allows, you know, music to happen. So shout out to you, man.
Right on, man. Yeah, I think the business side is something that's not seen so much, and so from the outside, right, someone like a Travis Scott looks like, wow, how did he blow up to be so big? Was it all organic? Like, holy shit, man, Nike just loves this guy. But on the back end, they don't see what makes him so big. You know, they don't see the business deals. They don't see the contracts that are written. They don't see the networking. They don't see all this stuff. And something that I learned is that something that feeds into hip hop culture are interviews. I mean, giving people attention makes the buzz go around. This is what makes people excited for a new song that's produced by Ghost. They hear of you and they're just like, oh shit, like Gio's paying attention to it. Who else is going to pay attention to it? I don't want to miss this song that's produced by Ghost. I don't want to miss this next Ways to Adjust album. So for sure, if you're a rapper, And if you're a producer and you think that just only good skill is going to get it done, don't do that. You have to go out there. You have to network. You have to get your business on. You have to get them photos, them good videos, all that shit.
Yes, sir.
I can't really put a point as to what your music sounds like. So I want to ask you, what are you inspired by to make all these beats? What are you inspired by when you're making these beats?
Well, I mean, like I said before, I kind of came up like making like dance music. So like, I mean, that's probably why a lot of the stuff sounds electronic, because I still love electronic music, but like hip hop was the first thing I really listened to. Like as a kid, I like really like fell in love with. I just didn't feel like I had really anything at that age to offer, like that world, like some white kid like from the suburbs, like what right do I have making beats? But like, so I kind of like I kind of try to blend like what I know from other genres of music, like electronic music and like other artists. It's into something like into hip hop, but it's not like, I don't want to say boom bap, but like I don't know. I would say I don't really know of a lot of people that have our sound. I think we're kind of because I think we're kind of like a boiling pot of a bunch of different artists. I would say like flow wise, he has like a lot of similar flows to like Jack Harlow, things like that. Like the beats kind of rock similarly, but they don't, like the melodies are way different for sure. But I think they kind of has like a similar flow. It's kind of weird for me to categorize my own beats that sound like someone else, because then it just sounds, because I'm obviously gonna name people that I think are way better than me. So it's like I'm not gonna say that I sound like them.
You're just like, I sound exactly like Dr. Dre up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Like I'm not gonna do anything like that. But I don't know, like some of my favorite artists like are like Porter Robinson, which is like way out of hip hop, but like I still think like production wise, there's a lot of like, and just like melodic ideas. I think I like I'm influenced a lot by that. Like a lot of the like earlier Drake stuff, like what like Noah 40 was like the main reason I wanted to start making like hip hop and like rap beats, and also this probably doesn't come across that much because the stuff's pretty upbeat now, but like the earlier Weekend stuff like really influenced me in terms of like production. Yeah, I don't know if
I think that was good enough there, man.
Yeah.
I think those people really were able to pour some inspiration and creativity into your mind, and then you just freaking express it in albums. So good shit, man. I'm interested in this question. Are you able to enjoy music the way, I mean, okay, so start with here. I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and they're basically just like, I can't fucking enjoy any music now because I realize like when shit's off, when the highs and the lows are fucking terrible, when the mastering is terrible. Are you the same? Are you able to enjoy just like an album without inspecting its mixing and mastering, I guess?
Like an album from one of my friends, or like an album from like some established like act,
just someone you don't know, an artist, established act.
Oh, I mean, it definitely crosses my mind. I'm really like trying, well, not really trying, but I'm not that cynical, I don't think, like when it comes to like other people. Well, I don't know, actually. like I'll just say I'm trying to not be like super cynical. So like in reality, if I like it, then I like it. Like I try not to overanalyze it too much. Like I'm not like sitting there like, oh yeah, I like the song, but I can't listen to it because of the mix. Like I'm not usually, like there's a lot of like, for instance, like the SoundCloud boom, like there was a lot of really amazing music that was coming out of SoundCloud that had a horrible mix, or like, but you could tell that like the main idea was there. Like you could really still feel the song. And honestly, like there's certain things that when they get mixed, like, and when they start moving away from the rough mix, it almost loses some of the stuff that you loved about it in the first place.
Damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it prevents me from enjoying it, but we're also kind of blessed to live in like this era where like everyone is making music. So like the barrier of like what's quality versus not quality, it's like so blurred, because like there's so much good music out, like and there's so many amazing engineers. But I will say, like, I do kind of take things with a grain of salt when it's coming from like my friends, because I'm like, okay, I need to check if I really like this, or I'm just like trying to be nice to their face about it.
Oh
You know,
shit.
but like I don't know. We've been like blessed to like know like a lot of like really amazing artists that really like put the effort in. I don't know. What about you? Does that bother you? Like as a
No, it doesn't. Actually, I wish I was in your world so I can notice what's good and bad mixing. The only time I knew when there was bad mixing is like you were saying, the SoundCloud era. Like I knew the first XXX song I put on, I was just like, what the fuck? Why is this mixing and mastering? So I don't even know what that really is, but I just know that this song doesn't have it. R.I.P. to the man. He made good music, but at the same time, like, what the fuck? Why is the song not mixed, and mastered? So I definitely see
that's a good example though, because like that's a good example because I really flipped the paradigm of like what is a good mix, because like that genre, like whatever you can call that, like I mean to me it's just like Florida trap, because that's where that sound kind of started, but like that started to be the norm, like distorted 808s, like that became like it may not be like conventional mixing, but that's what everything sounded like. And like one of the biggest things of mixing is like, I mean, the biggest goal of mixing, not only making things sound good and like mastering as well, but one of the biggest goals is just to make it not sound out of place when it's played up, played back to back with other songs. So like, if you're not doing what the next guy's doing, at least on a certain plane, and you're in the same genre, you're going to be the odd guy out, which, could go either way, but
Damn. Well, we're going to get wrapped up here now. We're hitting that mark, but dude, it was so good talking to you. I feel like we learned a lot about you, about your music creating, and about just your creativity and stuff like that. But before we go, I need to ask, dude, can you name me your top 3 Jarvis albums that you've produced? Which one's your top 3?
Well,
come on, man.
So I gotta leave one out then. Okay, ways to adjust obviously is like my favorite one.
Yeah.
Second would for sure be Color Me City, and then I feel like I gotta be honest, I feel like we kind of missed the mark a bit with Heartbreak Neely, so I'm gonna go with La Transit. Damn,
that's a good list, dude. That's a good list. I don't think you missed the mark with Heartbreak Neely, but I would definitely put that in the same place that you put it. I think you're pretty spot on. But
Right,
I do like all the albums, and again, Ways to Adjust is the best album in your guys' catalog right now. Like it really is. You guys stepped up big
Thanks,
time.
man.
And before we get out of here, just tell the people where they can find you, whether it be Instagram. I don't know what other social media accounts you have actually. Instagram, Twitter. Where can people find you?
Yeah, so once again, I'm Jason. I produce under Ghost for Jarvis Neely. You can find me on Instagram. I don't even know what the hell my handle is. You have to give me a second.
No, it's gonna be somewhere here on the bottom. I know
it's
because
gonna
I
be
have
there.
to type it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm only on Instagram and Twitter. I mean, SoundCloud I don't really post much, but like, I think Instagram's the best place to interact with me. I'm pretty responsive, so yeah.
All right, cool. Instagram, you guys got that? It'll be on the screen. And again, I hope you enjoyed that unreleased Jarvis. Well, now it's released, but that
it's not released.
It's kind of released. It's kind of released. So yeah,
you're putting it out in the world, but you can't get it on Apple Music yet.
That's true. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't want it anymore. Stream Jarvis's music, man. You can find him on Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. Jarvis Neely. Great music producing by my man Ghost. Great music videos and just great music in general. So yeah, man, you guys are killing it. Thanks for joining us. This has been the Untitled MP3 podcast. Tune in for next time, y'all. We out of here.